In this video, we are setting up a 220-gallon dwarf crocodile exhibit, and then I'm going to plant up a couple of Victoria Amazon lilies.
Well, today we're working on the dwarf crocodile enclosure. When you come to Holt Nurseries, you go in the office, the first thing you're going to see is the enclosure, and we're going to make it look really great. We're going to start with this universal rock panel. We zip tied these two rocks on the front, and we're going to put all types of plants in the nooks and the crannies, and it's going to look awesome. I'm going to have KJ and Jesse put this into the tank. Let's take a look.
Let's move her in. Up and over.
Hey Jesse, what do you have there?
Okay, we have a couple of nice plants over here already mounted in the driftwood.
Oh, look at that. That looks so awesome. These all came from Waterscapes in Plant City, Florida. Man, they scored. Look how beautiful that Anubias is. That's Anubias on driftwood. Oh my goodness, that looks awesome.
Yeah,
And I think we got 3 of them.
Yeah, we have another one here.
One thing about Anubias that's great, it's really hardy. It takes a lot to kill them, kind of like a spathiphyllum,
Yeah.
except aquatic.
So what I'm doing right here is I'm just adding some Spanish moss to the top of this artificial rock just to cover the seam and make it look pretty. And also Spanish moss is just an iconic plant that we have in this state. So it really helps tie everything together and makes it look full and complete.
What you have in your hand there, Jesse, that is Java fern. Another really hardy aquatic plant, and it is also mounted on the driftwood. The rock looks so pretty, all the nooks and crannies. We want to use this Java fern to soften the rock, but it's going to need a little bit of light, so we don't want to put it underneath the basking platform. We kind of want to get it maybe out in front of the basking platform.
The heat lamp is going to be on this side, so we don't want to put anything directly under that and cook the plant. But I'm thinking maybe if we stick one of these in that back nook, kind of where that goes up and there's a little bit of a gap behind the rock, it'll sit nicely in there and it'll be just out of the light enough, and it'll also add a nice little hiding spot for our little guy to sit and chill at.
Okay, I'm okay. One in the back, and then we'll put 2 on the bottom of the tank in the front.
I am going to run into the nursery and grab some bromeliads and tillandsias.
One of the great things about owning the nursery is we can come in here and get all the plants we want. So we need to get a few bromeliads, and luckily I just have a few thousand on hand. What do you think, Jesse? We got a couple of, oh, look at this one, Jesse. We got this, we got this. We'll get some smaller ones, don't quite know what we need, so I'll get a little bit of everything. Here we go, look at this, we got a couple with the color. So what we do here, we put down shade cloth, and then we put the tillandsias on the shade cloth, and it roots right into the shade cloth, just like it's the trunk of a tree. And then when we get the orders, we just come in here and collect them. We have a small, we have a medium, and this is the great big Geographica. Though I don't know, it's maybe a little bit too big for what we're working on today. These are some of the plants I collected in the greenhouse. I collected some slow growing stuff. I collected stuff that doesn't need a lot of water. So I got here a couple different pileas. And this is a Distichia. This is Distichia watermelon. You can see it looks a little bit like a watermelon. And this is a ficus. This is a Ficus quercifolius, where the leaves look like an oak leaf, and it also looks like a frog. It's also called string of frogs. This is a moisture lover. This is a Hemiographis, but I love the black foliage. This right here is string of turtles, Peperonia pastrata. They're a little undersized, but that's all I had in the greenhouse right now. And this is a really cool, this is a Cegepegia, the string of hearts. And we're gonna put this on the rock and let it climb on down. I got here a nice Paulownia, which has the beautiful black and green foliage. And the variegated plant is a Hoya. We got a lot of different Hoyas, but this Hoya I think is really gonna pop inside the tank. And I don't want to get it too gaudy. You know, we'll see how this goes. It looks good, Jesse. But what I need you to do is I need you to try the glue and don't stick your fingers together. And I think we need 1 or 2 of the tillandsias on the front. Okay, Jesse. Now it says it bonds fingers.
Like right here?
Yeah, yeah. Well, up. Here, let's switch. Let's switch. Okay.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Come on, stay.
For 30 minutes.
Why won't it stay, Jesse?
It's ready for water.
No, we got to do the plants still. So we got to do my little plants, my terrestrial plants on those 2 elevated platforms.
I like that.
The best plant is going to be the Paulownia. Stick the Paulownia. Give me 3 Hoyas. 3 of the nicest Hoyas. And how about the Ceropegia? Now the cool thing about this universal rock is that the plants will root right into it.
All right, you can give us some pressure.
So I bought this filter here, as you guys have all seen. My well water comes up all cloudy. So what I have here, this is a 200 micron filter. This is a 50 micron filter. And I bought this at my plumbing store just for wells. Then this right here is for home drinking water. This is a 5 micron filter, and it's a 5-part filter. It's good for iron and sediments and carbon filter and sedimentation. This will do 10 gallons a minute. So between all these filters, the water comes out crystal clear.
This here is our dwarf crocodile.
They get to be about 5 to 6 feet long. They're the second smallest of all the crocodilians. The Cuvier's dwarf caiman can get a little bit smaller. They live to be almost 100 years old. They're kind of secretive. They like to come out at night, very nocturnal. They don't bask much. They spend a lot of their time in flooded forests and streams, not much in rivers. And they're hard to come by. I'm glad we got this guy. I'm excited to see how he grows. So let's put him in his new enclosure.
And there he is, 1 dwarf crocodile, and I do think this enclosure turned out pretty good. Now that we have finished up on the dwarf croc enclosure, let's take a look at my water lily pond. Here I am tending to my giant Amazon lilies. Let me come to shore and I'll show you guys around.
Let me see what we got here. I'm walking in the water. So I think this may be the best year ever growing lilies, guys. The biggest pad I ever grew was 60 inches. Let's see if I can get farther out here, see what I can come up with. Whoa! 58 inches. So this lily is 2 inches from the largest lily I've ever grown. Here I am, I'm out here with my Victoria lilies, and they feel really, really strong. What they do in the tropics, they'll put a board on here then they'll put weights on here and see, they have contests to see how many pounds they can put on each leaf. I said in the greenhouse I've grown the lilies a little bit larger, but I think weight-wise, these are the strongest lilies I've ever grown. I think right now this could probably support the weight of a small child. And this is the Amazon Victoria, and you can see the edges of the leaves are like a brilliant red, where the Cruziana, they are green. And if you can look, they have way more flowers. You can see there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can see five flower buds coming up. They are night bloomers, and they will fill the air with the fragrance of pineapple. You can smell from 100 feet away. I can smell it now. Can you smell pineapple at all? I just got a whiff of pineapple. They open up at night.
Oh, I do smell it.
I talked to the people at the Naples Botanical Garden, and they put up lilies year-round. So I'm going to put up 2 more Amazon lilies today, at the end of October, and hopefully they're going to look good through the Christmas holiday.
We're going to take a couple handfuls of fertilizer. Use a stick or use gloves. Lift the corner up for me. And sure, one more.
A handful?
Yeah, a handful. Okay, let's come over here. We do the same thing over here. So the next thing we got to do, get the soil. Can you lift up with the stick? And Daniel, can you fill these to the top, right up to the top with soil?
If you ever see water bottles in the pond, it is because they are marking cement water lily stands. Without these bottles, I am desperately trying to find the stands carrying a 150-pound lily. Once I put the lilies onto the cement stand, I gently flop the pads right side up on the surface of the water. This helps the lilies acclimate better. In years past, I have always removed the bottle right after placing the lily on the stand, but this year I've been a little lazy and some of the bottles remain. It is going to get cold next weekend, and I think if I want to fertilize these lilies one more time before the holidays, this week is the week to do it. In addition to the Amazon lilies, in this pond we have Alexis, then we are flying over some Woods Blue Goddess and finishing up with the beautifully mottled Foxfire. In Central Florida, Woods Blue Goddess blooms more than all other lilies, sometimes blooming 365 days of the year. And you know what? You can't beat the purple flowers and the striking maroon striped leaves of the Foxfire. The Foxfire blooms close to 365 days of the year. We will see you next week, and don't forget to like and subscribe.